Just now I was looking at Professor Roger Penrose speech at the Nobel Prize when he received the Nobel Prize, and I don't see I don't see much physics in Roger Penrose model. I see his singularities and all these pictures that he show is a kind of, for me, this is mathematical philosophy that has not much to do with physics. And Professor Penrose is showing also lines where time is running and how this looks for outer observer and all kind of things that that nobody ever observed in the universe. I would, if they would ask me what you would do in physics and astronomy and cosmology, the first thing I would abolish all types of infinities from physics. Uh, Black holes is the wrong term. The stars that are very dense are black stars because even light cannot escape. But there is no hole there. We have to understand this. And in the center of the black hole, in the center of supermassive black holes, in the center of galaxies, gravity is zero, according to the Newton shell theorem. So this idea that the curvature of space is increasing to infinity in the black hole and that the gravity there is zero, this is one of the biggest mistakes of physics of 20th century. This is not physics. This is a mathematical philosophy. This has nothing to do with physics. This was never observed. This was never measured. And and Professor Roger Penrose Nobel Prize is showing deep crisis of physics because he got a Nobel Prize for something that does not exist in the physical universe. The entire idea of curvature of space is wrong. Space is not curved. Space is flat, has Euclidean shape. And NASA has proved this back in 2014. So why we are still persisting with this idea that space has a curvature? Universal space has variable energy density. And the variable energy density is carrying gravity. Gravity is a pushing force of space. I published several articles on this, but the idea of this curvature is still in the head of the mainstream of physics, and it seems it will remain there forever. My deep respect to Professor Penrose, but I think that in 21st century also, if you have good arguments, you can also criticize Professor Penrose in a nice and cultural way. So I don't see that in this gravitational singularities there is any truth behind. With general relativity of theory, understanding of gravity was not more profound, but it went in a direction that that actually is a one-way street. And now we have to go back. We have to go now back in physics to 1916, and we have to say, or 15, general relativity, 15, and we have to say this is where mistake was done. Gravity is not carried by the curvature of space. Every physical object is diminishing energy density of space exactly for the amount of its energy. This is the extension of the mass energy equivalence principle on the universal space. And as a given physical object is diminishing energy density, the outer space where the energy density is higher is pushing towards the center. This is inertial mass, and this is gravitational mass. Inertial mass and gravitational mass have the same origin, but inertial mass is not rest mass. We have to understand this once in physics. Rest mass tells us the amount of energy that is incorporated in a given physical object. And inertial mass is the result of the interaction with between rest mass and universal space. Let's push physics together and let's get free of these ideas which are persisting for hundreds of years of the Big Bang, of gravitational singularities, of these ideas that universe is expanding and so on. This all is wrong.